So as promised, the Wednesday night slot is reserved for live streams from our garage here in Kalicha. I was all on phones.
Sorry man, sorry.
So our Facebook followers,
Ook mee rug af.
no views, not just yet. Huh? So the whole point, oh shit man, where's the other part of this? Are there any Ford enthusiasts out there? You guys recognize this emblem here? This is the original safety belt from the Mark 1 Escort, which we will be doing a full review on. What was that? The having pass pulling up here. So the whole point of tonight's live video, we would like to give back to our followers. No? So those that follow us on Instagram, Facebook and WhatsApp probably seen the things that has been up to. That being on the wheels. That is a new hustle that was kind of discovered by accident. We had like a cool wheel, and I'm gonna give it over now. No, you're gonna take over now. What happened was by accident we had like spare wheels here, and we came across some pictures on Pinterest and Instagram where guys basically revive old engine parts, car parts, and basically not, put anything to waste. That's all. That was a whole set of wheels we had. Now was just one wheel then?
One wheel. Which wheel did I start off with?
It was one wheel, and there was like some scrap metal here, and
Recycled it.
And,
in a useful manner, in an artistic way.
You guys like to see it? Would you guys like to see it? So it's like come back to see it. And thanks again for all the likes and the views and the subscribes. You obviously want to get more. The more the better. No. There will be a full review this Saturday night coming. No. Well, we can turn the camera, man. We can turn the camera on. So the guys can actually see. Come on. Okay, we have to keep it rotated this way. We do rotate the camera. There we go. So this year's set of compo motives will be. Fonzo was busy flatting it. That funny. Still be prime, it will be going up for sale soon. Just unplug the phone here. These are a set of AJ Compomotive rips. Unfortunately, this won't be turned into garage furniture. This here is one of Noor's designs. Do you have any history or information on this year's specific wheel? It's a Regina. As you guys can see, it has like a glass top. Noor, run us through it. How did this all start?
Well, like you said, it all started by having one old odd wheel that didn't fit in anywhere. So one night I was just busy scrolling on Pinterest and I saw this idea and I was like, I have one wheel and I was like, I need to try this. And that's exactly what I did. I had some paint there and I had a old camshaft that was laying here from
my camshaft.
My Marcus out here.
It was a Ford, it was a pit. Man, it was one of my cars, one of the engine's camshafts.
But anyway, so I basically welded them all together. Well, I was like on weld the wheel.
What type of welding was this?
That is arc welding.
No.
Yeah.
Not too shabby, Nige. Not too shabby.
So yeah, this is a flywheel that has been laying in the back of the yard for many years.
Papier is baie upset with die flywheel now.
Is it?
Yeah, Papier is like, this is the flywheel you needed. This is a golf flywheel. Apparently he said, that's a 9-hole. I don't know which car I'm assuming was for his city golf.
Apparently because
you guys saw the video of the
Graham Leaf also was like a 9-hole flywheel. I need that. I don't know what is so special about this flywheel.
Anybody that know their cars, I'm assuming it's VW because this is VW guys is commenting on the saying that, oh, what a waste.
Yeah.
But you know the funny part is, oh, you guys like that view. When we do advertise the stuff, we come across spaces laying in the garage, we post the stuff and then nobody comment. As soon as you do this, you get crucified like, oh my god, how can you do it to wheel like that? Like, hello. But anyways.
You keep getting me off track as I'm explaining.
Yeah, you were doing saying you welded the camshaft there to the 9-hole flywheel.
Yeah, okay, this is just a piece of flat bar as a base to weld so I welded the piece of flat bar to the flywheel, and then from there I welded the camshaft onto the the piece of flat bar, and I just grinded it perpendicularly. Nice, nice and flat.
Why?
Nice and
Engels
flat.
gewas perpendicularly, cuz.
Yeah, I was never really good at maths. I don't even know why I'm using those mathematical terms, but nevertheless, this is nice and square. I made sure of that because I don't want a table that's
From level and square, cuz.
yeah. So there was like a small lip at the bottom, so I just grinded it nice and flat and welded it to here. And then on top there's another piece of flat bar, and then I just made sure the wheel was centered. And then what I did was I drilled 2 holes on the flat bar that I welded to the top of the camshaft, and then just bolted it on so it's nice and steady. And obviously refurbished the wheel because the wheel didn't look like this at first. It was full of dirt and a little bit
Courtesy of Fonzo. En daar is iemand as en remember en mense emo. I'm the nee, kon
And also a big shout out to Imran Muhammad for making all the glass stops for me.
And it's obviously the door that we did a feature on with the 20 valve. Was that door?
In case you missed the video, it is on our YouTube page.
Yeah. Please leave a like there and share, and if you feel free, if you want, you can actually leave a comment there. Don't forget to click on the notification bell.
Also, I did get some new wheels earlier. Show the people over here. This is 15-inch Lenzo multi-stud. I'm not exactly sure of the name. Thanks to Frigo for selling me these wheels.
Take it out, go.
Before, come on. There you guys have a better view. I have 3 of these wheels now. So before I turn them into coffee tables,
There on that box.
so before I turn them into coffee tables, is there any buyers before they?
Get the vertical. I'm there so good.
I'm sure obviously one of the holes is 4x100.
Yeah, the one is always 4x100. Let's just measure the other one. Als look like a 114 se Datsun VC.
It's didn't you think?
No. Oh wait, that did. Did I from the Vernier? Now you must turn it the other way. It's everything is in landscape.
Yeah, I know. Once I need to cut my hair. There's my barber sitting over there. I moet my fade insit.
Ek het reeds net al die bly so gekrap van my werk.
Ja, en ja, because it's bietjie swaar man. As 'n man se hare so like die vrou mense kyk na jou nie. But anyway, we move.
Wat is hier wave chief?
Wave shit.
Wave chief.
Hey!
Oh, jy na 'n pap.
Just did it.
Speedbox.
You see ya? Ah shit, the Vernier can't fit in here.
Dit mas man al.
Wait! You can actually do this. From 0 is 114. So it is a 114 PCD. So the Walking Anderson 1400, your champ. What else is there? Skyline, the old box ship toys also 4x114.
Stanza.
Old Mazda. Did I just say Mazda? Mazda. We are from South Africa. We say Mazda here in South Africa, no? Not Mazda.
Wat mens doen?
And Mazda. Huh?
En
Nee, maar ze alleen nou, hij en de paraat Noorse paraat met die, hij B-series tour liter, han papi. Wait, so I only have 2 center caps.
Yeah, actually I have another center cap that came from another wheel, which also fits in there.
Coincidentally,
Yeah.
and is it also a Lenzo?
Yeah, there you can see it says Lenzo. And it actually fits in there.
Was
Yeah. Okay, it will just take some bit of force to get it in there, but it actually fits in there quite nicely.
but you, guys, can we just check here? Please take note of this here. Awesome wheel, but it look on a kak. Why? Because, kijk daar zo. Yes, like it. My brother, you can take any okay looking wheel now and make it look. If you put a lekker tire on. And that's like keys, like a key mistake I always make. Look here, they buy a mooi wheel, my brother. Put hulle vet tires op. You are ruining the economy. You are ruining the global, what is that thing zijn naam? Ja. Global warming. Is die goed dat my global warming, my bro? But now, kijk, ik denk what the guys want to see is. Are you guys ready? Well, let's see what you guys want to see what's behind this door here. I think we get the lighting. Honestly, if they want to see a lighting, they actually want to see the awesome lighting. For me, jongens, nou, manager of lighting department. I say funny, if you will do the honors to actually show our viewers there what is lurking behind that there garage door.
Just plug it in there.
Just plug him in there, man. Plug him in. Yeah. Check it lighting. Are you ready? Can we get a countdown? Can we get a drum roll? You guys want to see what's under the hood? Okay, let's first start with the interior, yeah. Let's start with the interior. That's funny, what's his name? Lig it there so?
Ja, is genoeg.
So here we have the bare minimum. You guys want us to actually push a car inside?
Ik kan
Nee,
niet
dat is
even.
goed.
Dat is old. Ja, ik kan wel lekker even.
Wait, Baruch, waarom is fine, no? Okay, just here is fine. That's fine. Fine, so.
Okay.
So inside here, we have the bare minimum, basically stripped it out. Want ik kan er niet nader komen.
Nee.
En ja, plak voor je lieden zo. Noor can we see.
We can see basically, yeah.
Some of the Ford enthusiasts, they're probably gonna be super upset to see what we actually doing here to a collector's car. A true Ford enthusiast will know this is the Mark I Ford Escort. This is the one that came up with the Ferenza lights, no? This is the ones that came up with the Ferenza lights. I was manufactured here in South Africa. Right next door is like the factory in Struendale. It's like 20 minutes away from where we are staying. Can you see that, Noor?
Azai.
No, so we basically stripped it out, took everything out inside, it's just the bare minimum, and Noor fabricated this here bucket seat for us. We have custom.
Which was donated by Tori Karim.
Azai, Tori Karim donated that for us. This is the standard fuel tank. We just relocated it from the trunk to the inside here. The reason why we went with this was because it's like in a V shape, so there will always be fuel at the bottom for when we do go sideways. And
So we don't
yeah,
get fuel starvation.
no fuel starvation. We didn't have no seats in the first place. We took off the door panels and stuff.
Yeah.
Left the windows in.
Which we're still gonna probably take out.
Yeah, and then inside we ran as a 6 mil fuel lines, and then
Yeah, there you guys can see the fuel lines. You're probably wondering why there's two fuel lines. One is the actual main fuel line, and the other one running behind that, coming to the top, is your return fuel line. Is there even still petrol in there?
a little bit. No, it's empty, bruh. We'll need to top that up. And then we just did some custom wiring, did everything from scratch. Look, we are not professionals. This is a budget build, backdoor job. We just have our crucial gauges here. Is the heat gauge and then the oil pressure gauge.
Unfortunately, the battery is not in, so we can't show you guys that it actually works.
We can actually hook up the battery, but it's probably going to be too late to start it up. And then we just remove the stalk so we can just have the steering and nothing else. And still the standard pedal box. And then yeah, for what it's worth, I mean this thing was standing for about 20, nah, not 20 years, probably like for 10 years was standing outside, and you can actually see the shell is like it's still solid, bro, still solid. But I know this is what you guys are here for, union viewing. Noor will be doing the honors. Ta-da-da. Where's the lighting, my bro? Where's the lighting? Almari point it off. You guys can probably make out from here what's cooking under the bonnet now. That's a very common engine swap. We obviously bought it without an engine. It was just a rolling chassis. Chassis! Do you say chassis or say chassis, bro?
I think it's a silent S.
Just a silent S. So I can't actually see the comments there. But nonetheless, this here is a 2-liter Ford Pinto. I believe Pinto was the name of the dude that came up with the design of this here. In South Africa, we only had a 2-liter. I see in the UK they have the 600cc capacity. In South Africa, we only had the 2 liters. I'm speaking under correction. That's why I've only seen 2 liters. And the go-to...
Nice nog aan.
Yeah, and the go-to setup, yeah, like the 2-liter Pinto setup, you've seen this. Is it still streaming?
Ja.
Yeah, this is a very common.
Hulle sê hier maak warm.
Soos warm maak. As kind of like the evening, you'll gaan sien die warm maak when we do the actual full review of the car. Yeah, we are kind of being watched and permit being gunned by neighbors saying now we are very noisy like that. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. If we had our own premises, we would have now started it up for you guys. But this is just like basically like a teaser for you guys, so you can see what's awaiting. So you guys can actually subscribe, and then you'll get a notification when we do launch the video, the full review of the car.
Hulle vra hier kan hy spin.
Yeah, you can spin as an actual spin them. For those that don't know, in South Africa, spinning is a huge sport. And that's the whole point of getting this thing. We didn't set out to get the actual Ford, you know.
Now we were just looking for a cheap budget car.
We were just looking for a cheap budget rear-wheel drive vehicle.
Preferably our first choice would have been a E30, but we found a cheaper alternative, which is the Escort. But we would like to own an E30 as a spin car at a much later stage.
Niet much later, niet wat zo maar na, dus weer E30.
Ja, nou, wanneer is na die?
Hulle moet eers die feeste aansluit, ons kan gaan spin en die yverry moet gemaak word. They moet eers uitgesorg word. We haven't even gone to an event with the car yet. We haven't even properly tested the cooling system.
Exactly, that's why it's now at a much later stage.
Nee, niet much later nie. Maar toe gou hy yverry gaan maak en voordat ons gaan speel, kan ons sommer weer upgrade. Because the whole point of us, we must now want a document show them budget spin car. By the way, we in now like 6,000 rand. That's the shell, that's a whole entire car with a newly built engine, about 6.5 in now with a built. So,
including the help from a lot of people.
Yeah, we have a lot of sponsors and help. So I would say roughly you're looking about 10k, 10,000 rand if you have to do everything from scratch. You can probably buy a car for 10,000 from another dude, but then you don't know what you're actually buying. Yeah, we know everything is done from scratch. The head was done, the engine was built, rebuilt. Shout out to Junaid, Datsun guy, but he helped us here. Is there any questions on this? We're running 40s, it's 40 side drive, so those that actually know, once if you can come in here. We're running 40 side drives. Ideally, we would like 45s or 48s. Running an electronic distributor with a vacuum advance. We had some problems with that distributor there. And we just have our little oil catch can there at the back to catch up any fumes because it does tend to breathe a little bit. And in the brakes, we cancelled out the brake booster because we were afraid we're gonna be restricted to size, their space. But funny enough, I've seen other builds where the guys actually still have the what's system in there, or
yeah, and they're also running Pinto engine, which I don't understand how they do that.
With a branch also. Yeah, we would like to get a branch as well. If anybody can organize a branch, or like the Americans say, headers. This is the head. Kyk hoe hier van this is the head. This is a cylinder head. So they call it the headers. They call the branch the headers. Or branch manifold banana branch. Ek hoor die ouens praat van banana branch. We are running courtesy of Shafir of what? The code SA, yeah, they sponsored us with a I believe they call it a 2-stage cam. The inlet is cut to 288 profile and the exhaust to 272. Yeah, it runs like a smooth with the carbs on, and the radiators are the 1400. It's actually single core. Shout out anybody that can organize as a 3-core radiator. And then yeah, the engine, the gearbox engine came from Baidula Musa.
Yeah.
They organized us the engine. It is a 205 block, so it still has a lot of flesh on it, meat on it. If we do decide to go bigger on the bore there, that's what's special about the 205. It was initially a fuel injection engine, so the cylinder head, the ports is bigger and the valves is bigger, I believe. Speaking under correction, I'm fairly new. We are fairly new to the old Ford scene. And in the gearbox, we're running a 5-speed but at the moment only getting first and second. Hey? Who's your topic? Oh, yeah, and that's basically all we need, first and second. Third, then it tends to jump out of gear. But all of that at a later stage,
stuck in Canada.
if you tend to put it in third, then like it's stuck there. So we're just riding like first, second, yeah. That was your topic, no? And suspension, Noor, what it was, that's Noor's department. I don't know what they did with the suspension there.
We did what all color guys do at first car, eh? We cut the springs, boss. We cut the springs. We cut, I think, 3 loops.
Just, Kazi.
3 loops, if I'm not wrong. That was in front. And the shocks is also, I wouldn't say seized, but they're old. So they're quite stiff. There's no, yeah, if you look, it doesn't.
Shout out to Showcut. Showcut sponsored us here with this 13-inch bullet wheels. I believe it's a 7J, 6.5 7J steel rim. And then the tires is wrapped in 175 50 13-inch Yokohamas. And in the back, obviously, we're running spare wheels. Those are from Sapphire. And obviously, we had to lock the differential at the back. Courtesy of Mato. He sponsored us with a 411 ratio diff for the rear. We had previously a 492. Was it 492, no? 398, I think. Sorry. Was it 392? 398 ratio diff. And it didn't want to come out of first gear. So first gear, we like, second. So we basically, so South Africa say, we zoom in the motor with a 411 ratio diff, much shorter, way more fun. So second gear is like limiting, second gear. And shout out to Robert in Kragakama, he sponsored us with a limited rotor. I don't know if you guys want to see what that look like. Noor, open the dizzy cap there. So what this here is a spring-loaded limiter rotor. So G-force will cause this to move out, and then it will disconnect, which will result in a cutoff. So the revs will cut out at a certain RPM. Now at the moment it cuts out at 4.5. So if you put more tension on the spring, it will release at a later stage, higher RPM, when there's more G-force being applied, which will result in redlining at higher RPM. But we don't need that much RPM for the Ford one. Yeah, mounts, we went there with Ford V6 engine mounts, and we just fabricated those discs using the Mark II. The Mark II engine, the 1600 Sport engine mounts actually fitted on the Pinto sub-assembly, and it was fairly simple to get mounted, yeah. And then clearance, we just lifted up there the back a little bit by the firewall by the tunnel, and then we just split this open a little bit, as you guys can see there. We just split that open up a little bit and lifted it so the gearbox can start in place. And then the prop shaft, which prop shaft was this again?
Cut from an automatic, the 1600 automatic, if I'm not mistaken.
Also courtesy of Shafi Rawat, Dubcode SA. That 1600 auto prop shaft fitted just like that. We didn't have to do no modifications to the prop shaft, and it slid in on the original diff axle. And yeah, the links, everything was 100, it was perfect. Shout out to MGZ Customs, they did our little cluster dashboard there for us. So that's about it for the Escort build. Obviously, guys want to see it in all its splendor on the spin pitch. We will find a location somewhere isolated where we can actually have some fun. Like, we're not into doing it on public roads. That's kind of dangerous now. It's kind of dangerous. So that's about it for tonight's live feed. I'll just leave it here. If there's any other comments. By the way, we have some MK1 spares here that you guys can purchase. We have the headlights. And yeah, we're trying to clean up. We were actually hoping Showcut was supposed to come around tonight. And the VQ25, we were supposed to do a few modifications on there, because there's a huge spinning event coming up in Bloemfontein. I think it's in 2 weeks time. But we'll probably bring the car around say tomorrow or Saturday. I don't know. But tomorrow we have a date with a MK1 City Golf Sleeper, and you guys will be seeing that video Saturday night. So again, we need the subscribers to go up. So we see there's like about 70% of our viewers. Spin was at the back. Oh yes, Kazi. Julle moet vir my ook 'n feature maak met the E30. Anytime, my bro, anytime. You guys just hit us up if you want a feature on our channel. We all about promoting local. Look here, before we move to Japan, nah, we don't want to end up in Japan and then always just like, nah, I forgot about us. They're now in Japan. So we obviously want to first promote you locally. You take P Dispatch. There's a MK1 Golf with a VVL engine. This is going to create a lot of stir. We must still do that one. But for this Saturday, I'm going to stop doing that. I don't do that purposely. I don't know why I do that. But yeah, again, Noor behind the scene will be doing the capturing.
The cinematic
The
shots.
cinematics. And Fonzo will be doing the lighting and setting up of everything. And then Nasim Lila will be doing the editing. Shout out to Simon. You will leave a link to his channel there. If you guys want to hire him to do some private work, not just editing, capturing. He is in Cape Town, Blaubeek Strand. So yeah, that's about it for tonight's live, guys. Mr. Noor the Light, how's it? Justin, oh, is it Justin there? Justin Riley.
I know a lot of Justins.
No, Justin, no, but I Justin Thorne. No. Thorne. So we're just gonna leave this here. This is gonna be our thumbnail. Soon, guys. Soon, you guys will be seeing in action. The footage we have, we cannot use it. We cannot use the footage we have. Lekker, lekker. And then we'll be doing the 1500 815 there. If you guys want to see a feature on that as well, leave a comment. Nah. Safe Amdias, Shukran, Fonzo.
Safe and sound.
Oh, yeah. Safe guys, that's lekker.